Hey guys, my name's Trish Goff. I'm coming to you today to talk about Lyme disease. I have a lot of people that have requested videos and they're following me on social media channels, and I'm not a video person, so as you can tell, this is completely amateur. I'm more of a writer. I write at golfdrops.com. I'm very active in social media, so you can find me Golf Drops on Instagram, Lyme Drops on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook groups. So this is just easier for me to do a video right now to kind of capture all my feelings, my protocols. It's easier to just talk it out than to write it out. So hopefully in a few months I can look back and be like, wow, I've come a long way with video. So many questions. I've been diagnosed with Lyme disease stage 3, so I've been diagnosed from 2 different Lyme literate doctors. So if you don't know what that means, you can go to ilads, I think it's .com or .org, and read up about it and all the testing. I won't go into all of the controversy with the testing today, but it is a long road to find the right diagnosis. As far as my symptoms, as we all do, people who finally get a Lyme diagnosis, they have a long list of symptoms. So I wanted to kind of go over those with you real quick so you know what my life has been like until now, and then where do I go from here. So the first on my list, I have interstitial cystitis, also called IC, which I will refer to it that way going forward. I've had IC since, I don't know, I was 16-ish, and it has landed me in the ER multiple times. I've had all kinds of different treatments for it that have failed. I've been to 5 different urologists and specialists and all kinds of different things, and it has brought me down, and I have, intermittent FMLA at work to compensate for the times I have to be out because I'm in severe pain. I've had specialists say there's nothing more we can do but an electric pain stimulator, or we can remove your bladder. So it's that alone is severe enough for me to look deeper. But I have other symptoms too that I didn't know were or could possibly be part of Lyme. But let's see, I have the IC, I have IBS. I was diagnosed with severe SIBO. So if you have IBS and you haven't looked into SIBO, which is small intestinal bacteria overgrowth, you might want to look into that because it's curable, and about 80% of people that have IBS actually have SIBO. So definitely look into that. I was tested for that with a functional practitioner, and have done a lot of protocols for that have helped, but haven't been able to get me over the hump. Let's see, I have hair loss, and my poor hair has been coming out in clumps it's all over the place. So it's been, I don't know, a year or more. And as a woman, that's very degrading. And I try not to get too upset about it, but some days I'm just like, there's hair everywhere. So I don't, that alone, sometimes I'm like, am I going to need a wig? What am I going to do? So right now it's like just this little sad ponytail because there's no volume by the end of the day. It's just my hair's everywhere. It's in my car, it's on the floor, it's all over my clothes. So that's embarrassing. I have benign tumors. So I have benign tumors on my thyroid. I have it in my breasts. I have it in my liver, and I have them in my ovaries. And I've had the one removed. As you can see, I have my little scar. So I had a huge nodule, and it was pressing on my windpipe, and I had to have it taken out because I couldn't even sleep. I was having a hard time breathing, and now I'm growing 2 more on the other side that's left, and if I don't get this under control, I'm going to lose the rest of my thyroid, and that's a problem. And I have liver pain. We checked that out. Thank God that's benign. So I'm just growing tumors everywhere. Thank God they're not cancerous, but like I'm going to start losing organs if we don't get this under control. This is a new symptom. I have migrating joint pain at 9 o'clock every night. I start to have knee pain, and then I've been having pain migrating through my wrists and in my neck, and then it goes, and then it's back. And so it's just like this weird thing that comes and goes. So I don't know how to treat that because it's gone when but every night for the past couple of weeks I've been having knee pain. So that's an issue. The liver pain, extreme fatigue, like I have to take a nap when I come home from work. It's a problem. I'm always tired. I was training for a half marathon and I had to stop that about 5 weeks ago, I think it was, just because the fatigue was just too much. I couldn't do it. I can't even go for walks right now. I'm just so tired all the time. It's all I can do to get up, get dressed, go to work, and then come home. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And then of course there's other symptoms that just come and go, but that's my main list. And my biggest thing that I try to tell people is look for the root cause. Like, why do I have thyroid issues? Why do I have tumors or liver pain or hair loss or whatever? Like, I'm tired of doing the band-aid thing, and I'm tired of going to doctors who just tell me, hey, you know what, you should drink more water. Seriously? Or I literally had one tell me that I need to find a hammock on a beach and find my happy place. So if you find one of those people, find someone else and don't punch them. So I ended up on my list of things to find root causes of my disease, I put Lyme at the very bottom. And maybe I should have put it at the top of the list, but it was such this like Lyme hole. And I didn't really want to go down it because it just seemed so scary, and it seemed like, oh, if you have Lyme, it's this terrible thing. And it is a big thing, but I wish I had put it closer to the top. But I didn't. I left it at the bottom, and I went through all the things. I went through the SIBO. I went through food sensitivity testing. I went through all these different things. And then at the bottom, I'm like, all right, here we have Lyme at the very bottom, and that's where I'm at. So let's do this thing. I got tested with my primary physician, and it came back negative. I slowly, as I do research, and found that the Quest Diagnostics and the LabCorp testing is not very accurate. It misses like 60% of people that have it. It could be because your immune system's too low. They only test for 3 to 10 strains, and there's like 300 strains of Lyme disease, and there's all kinds of different things on why those tests don't work. If you want to go down the whole CDC conspiracy rabbit hole, you can do that. I just want to get well, so I don't go there, but the diagnostic testing has been clamped down because of interest in patents and different things. So people that have chronic Lyme disease have to go a different route. So I ended up emailing iLads and got a list of people in my area. Went to one. He's an integrative ND, which is awesome because he takes my insurance for some of it, so I'm not doing completely out of pocket, which is awesome. He tested me using NDL labs. I came back positive on several strains, and I took those results while I was waiting to see him, and I went to another Lyme expert to get a second opinion, and he diagnosed me with Lyme as well. So, and he's like $12,000 for 5 weeks of treatment. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I can't afford that. Like, you have to be rich to have Lyme disease and treat it. So I went to the other guy today, the guy who originally, did my MDL labs, and finally got to follow up with him. And I told him, I'm like, look, I had a second opinion with this guy. He diagnosed me with Lyme, and here's his protocol, and it's ridiculous. And he's like, yeah, well, here's what we do. And I told him, I'm like, if you're going to be expensive, I can do this myself. I don't want to do it myself, but like I've, looked up enough at-home protocols that I could start it myself. But I really want somebody who knows what they're doing to oversee this. So he's like, listen, we do ozone treatments here too. And we do a lot of those things, but cheaper and significantly cheaper for me. So I decided to move forward with him. And thankfully, because he is the integrative MD, some of these things are going to be covered under insurance, some of them are not, which saves me a whole lot of money. So I finally made a decision. I did a lot of praying about it. I've also talked to a lot of friends that have Lyme or their family has Lyme and what their protocols are. I'm saving them all in Evernote. So I have, a vast arsenal of information that I can use. Also, I don't know if this is going to be backwards, but this is the Healing Lyme book by Stephen Buhner, and he has a Buhner protocol. And this is jam-packed. Literally, there's 50 pages in the back of this of bibliography of just Lyme studies. So I would encourage you to get this book. And he goes into how it's not just ticks that transmit it, it's mosquitoes, it's mites, it's fleas, it could be all kinds of things, potentially sexually transmitted. So a great resource right there. Plus the Lyme Facebook groups are amazing too. So the protocol right now, because I'm sure it's going to change over the next few weeks and stuff, are IV ozone treatments, and that's where they take your blood out and then they add the ozone oxygen to your blood and they put it back in, and then that not only kills Lyme bacteria, but it can also stimulate your immune system and all kinds of other cool things that are too scientific for me to know, but supposedly it's one of the top things. And he also can do bladder ozone, which is really awesome. So all of my ladies in my bladder groups, like that's something I'm really looking forward to trying too. So so we're doing that. We're doing Myers cocktail IV treatments and vitamin C in high doses. So I got that today, and I literally smell like vitamins right now. So as those going in, I tasted vitamins, and I've been smelling it coming through my pores all day. So apparently I'm gonna be smelling like vitamins a lot. So he wants me to go twice a week. I do work full time, and I can't really do twice a week unless I absolutely have to. So I'm going to try to do once a week, and he's pretty cool with that. Insurance covers the Myers cocktail, and the vitamin C doesn't cover ozone. So other things I'm doing the Zymogen 6-day detox kit, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'm sure some of this might be backwards, I don't know, but this is the OptiCleanse shakes and the probiotics, and what else? Zymogen, the drainage, but apparently they actually call it drainage. And this is supposed to help detox everything, and my liver enzymes are through the roof, so I desperately need help with detoxing my body because my liver is dumping toxins and it just can't detox right now, so it needs some major healing. So using that, using Argentine 23, this is bioactive silver, and this is supposed to kill off the bacteria and probably other things. I'm not sure if it does viruses and stuff too. I do have lingering EBV virus in my body and mycoplasma, so we'll see what that does. And he also does some CBD oil, compounded, which is cool. And it wasn't that expensive compared to some of the other CBD oils. So that was like $40-something for compounded CBD oil, and that was pretty cool. What else we got? So that's where I'm starting. I also have Nutrimedix stevia whole leaf extract coming, which has been shown to, in some studies kill the Lyme bacteria. So we're going to go with that. And then I also ordered the Nutrimedix Berber that helps with detox Herx reactions, because I Herx like. For those of you who don't know what that means when you start killing the bacteria, they release toxins, and it can make you sick and make your symptoms worse, and you have to get them out. So the Berber extract tincture will supposedly help with that, and I'm very sensitive, so I definitely ordered that. And actually I took the silver today, I did the ozone earlier, and I'm already feeling nauseous, so that's already starting to happen. I'm just sensitive, and it's just gonna kind of suck for a little bit, but hey, whatever it takes. Other things I take vitamin D3, Jarrow. I like this brand for D3. I take 10,000 IUs a day. Integrative Therapeutics, I take DHEA. I take 1 to 2 of these a day. This is just a 5 milligram because I'm low in DHEA. And make sure you get tested before you just add stuff. The Zymogen Colon X, that's supposedly to help you go poo. And I also take the magnesium glycinate, which you can get on Amazon, and this stuff is amazing for muscle spasms if you add it with kratom. Also great for muscle spasms, but it does help you go poo too. So selenium, I've read studies on different things with thyroid and how if most young women would take this, they would significantly lower their breast cancer rates and thyroid cancer rates. So whether or not that's true, it's pretty cheap, so I take it. And then lastly, I do LDN. I'm at 2 milligrams of low dose naltrexone. That seems to be helping some of my muscle pains that I randomly have. And it also helps me sleep great. Other than that, I don't know if it's really working, but it's not hurting, so we're going with it. And I take WP thyroid and I like it because it doesn't have all the fillers. That it doesn't have gluten, it doesn't have any of that stuff. So the only two fillers is chicory root and like the triglycerides of coconut. So other than that, like it's been great so far. So we're sticking with it. And then that's it for now. I mean, it's been overwhelming. I've spent a week or two since I've been diagnosed trying to research and arm myself with as much knowledge as I can, so I'm not going to doctor's appointments and them running over me with their information or their products or whatever, and I can be like, no, I don't want to take stevia, I want to do this, or what do you think about that? And I think it's really important to advocate for yourself and get more than one opinion before you decide on a path. And I think it's important to pray about it. And then ultimately, like, you find what's going to work, hopefully, and at least you start off on the right path. So that's what I'm doing. I'm excited about it. I'm a little nervous about treatment, and I'm trying not to look too far ahead and like, hey, am I going to be cured of Lyme, or is it going to be forever and just goes in remission? Well, it doesn't really matter right now. Right now, I just need to get to the point where I feel better and well enough to start walking again, start doing yoga again. And, for me, my goals are I want to be healthy for my family. I want to be healthy for me. I want to help other women with, IC issues or whatever. And I want to run a marathon. I want to run a marathon next year, 2018. This is when I want to run a marathon. So I've had, my SI joint fuse. I'm ready. I'm able to, run a marathon. It's just my body's like, hold up. We got to deal with this first, and that's okay. So I feel really blessed that I found a root cause of stuff. So I'm hoping that as I go down this path, I can heal everything. So anyways, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. This is day 1 of treatment, and we'll see how I'm feeling in a few days. And hopefully I will keep doing videos and update everyone. Love you.